Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is facing new sex assault allegations. A woman named Talia Graves just filed a lawsuit accusing him of drugging and then raping her. This is more than 2 decades ago.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
You know his music, you've seen his empire. But behind the flashing lights and platinum records, a storm has been brewing.
Behind the scenes, he was forcing women in
and what they describe as his swingers lifestyle.
And that is just the start.
One that's shaking the foundations of fame, power, and justice. This is the story of how Sean Diddy Combs went from hip-hop royalty to the center of a sprawling federal trafficking investigation.
This man was doing this for a period of almost 30 years. What we have been told is he was brazen in his attempts to coerce people into these compromising acts.
Puff Daddy didn't just climb the ladder, he built his own. From humble beginnings in Harlem, he transformed himself into Diddy, Puff Daddy, a mogul with a Midas touch. He launched iconic artists, created the Bad Boy Records legacy, and expanded into fashion, liquor, television, you name it. By all accounts, he was untouchable. But power at that level often carries secrets. And those secrets, it seems, are no longer staying silent. In late 2023, whispers turned into headlines. It started with a civil lawsuit from Cassie Ventura, the R&B singer, once romantically linked with Diddy for nearly a decade. Her allegations weren't just personal, they were explosive. Cassie claimed Diddy physically abused her, drugged her, and trafficked her across state lines for sex. According to her, this wasn't just emotional manipulation. It was systematic and violent control. Diddy denied everything. He settled the case within 24 hours. But it was too late. The floodgates had opened. A pattern emerges. As the media focused on the Cassie allegations, more lawsuits surfaced, at least 5 in just a matter of weeks. Each new story painted a similar picture.
And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
A powerful man allegedly using his influence, wealth, and network to exploit women. One woman alleged she was drugged and assaulted by Diddy when she was underage. Another described being forced to participate in sexual acts she never consented to. A former producer even claimed he was threatened and extorted.
I think it played the biggest part. I think it played a prominent part. I think that if he's not a big celebrity, he's just going about his life, without interference from the U.S. government.
Separately, these accounts could be dismissed as rumors, but together, they formed a disturbing pattern, one federal authorities could no longer ignore.
To hear charges of transportation, of prostitution, sex trafficking, it was pretty astonishing.
Then, in March 2024, the case took a dramatic turn. Federal agents executed coordinated raids on Diddy's mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. Helicopters hovered. Armed agents stormed the properties. The world watched in real time as a music mogul's empire was exposed, literally and figuratively. Authorities weren't just looking for drugs or guns. According to court documents, they were investigating allegations of sex trafficking, coercion, and conspiracy. The raids revealed surveillance footage, electronic devices, and potential victims. For many, it confirmed what they had long suspected. This was no longer just about lawsuits. It was now a federal case.
Fucking hardest hustler in the world. This is Savage Part 2. Don't tell me about shit. It's 2022 and I'm still a savage. Whatever I want, I get. Whatever I want, I fucking get.
Later, another scene unfolded. This one at an airport in Miami. 2 of Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, were briefly detained during the raid. Diddy himself was spotted attempting to board a private jet to the Bahamas. He never made it. Federal agents intercepted him before he could leave US soil. Though he wasn't arrested, the symbolism was clear. This wasn't just a celebrity scandal. It was a man under surveillance, under suspicion, and running out of places to hide. Here's where the case gets even more complex.
Involved multiple commercial sex workers and often involved a variety of narcotics such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB.
Multiple federal agencies are now involved: the Department of Homeland Security, the Southern District of New York, and, reportedly, the FBI. Each agency is working off months, possibly years, of evidence, interviews, and surveillance. Why Homeland Security? Because sex trafficking, especially across state lines and international borders, falls under their jurisdiction. And they don't move unless they're sure they have something. Insiders believe a grand jury is reviewing evidence right now. Throughout all of this, Diddy has remained mostly silent, at least publicly. Through his lawyers, he's denied all allegations. He called the lawsuits meritless, claimed the raids were a witch hunt, and insisted that he is the victim of a targeted smear campaign. On social media, he's posted vague statements about truth and resilience. But the reality is, behind the scenes, his empire is cracking. Business deals are on hold, brand partnerships are vanishing, and the court of public opinion is turning fast.
We this is motherfucking bad boy, bitch! We love everybody!
This isn't just a story about Diddy. It's also about the people in his orbit.
Think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then no, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song, After Party.
Bodyguards, assistants, musicians, partners. Some have gone quiet. Others, like his former head of security, Gene Deal, have come forward, suggesting that they saw things but were powerless to act. One lawsuit even claims there was a network of enablers, people who arranged the travel, handled logistics, and helped silence victims. If that's true, this investigation could unravel an entire support system built on fear, loyalty, and silence. Cassie's story may have opened the floodgates, but she's far from alone. Women have come forward, some anonymously, some publicly, with allegations of manipulation, coercion, and trauma that lasted for years. These aren't just tabloid tales. They're painful, often horrifying accounts that reflect deeper issues about celebrity culture, gender dynamics, and the justice system's treatment of powerful men. Their courage in speaking up, knowing the backlash they might face, cannot be overstated. Right now, no criminal charges have been filed against Diddy, but that could change any day. If the grand jury returns an indictment, it would mark one of the biggest falls from grace in modern music history. It would also be a turning point in how society holds influential figures accountable. But no matter what happens next, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. Somber, reflective music fades in. Sean Combs built a legacy on ambition, talent, and power. But if even half of these allegations are true, that legacy will be overshadowed by pain, silence, and control. As investigators move forward, the world watches. Not just for justice, but for a reckoning, because behind every spotlight, there's a shadow.